All right, brothers, we just got a brand new dev blog update, and yes, a whole new year of free content is coming. We're going over the new PvP map. We're talking about that new game mode, Hellbrute Onslaught for PvP. The new weapon, Pyre Cannon, has been revealed. Which class is receiving this? Yes, we got a new Majoris enemy for Chaos. He actually kind of looks pretty badass here. Also, guess what? Yes, the Black Templar is coming to Space Marine 2. But the biggest question is, for what class? And we have a new game mode and modifiers that we have to talk about. The year 2 season pass is on its way. What to expect from that? And guess what? Some feedback from the dev team about patch 9.0. Some of you guys did not appreciate some of those changes to the melee weapons and a bunch of other stuff that we're going to be talking about in this brand new blog post. So we're going to start from the very beginning, but welcome aboard if you are new. Remember to smack that subscribe button if you haven't already to stay in the know about all things Space Marine 2. And as always, I go over your top comments later in the video, so look forward to that. So yeah, let's dive into this from the very beginning. So we have, hello Space Marines. Since it's summer and everyone deserves a break, please expect fewer updates in August. The community update will be shorter than usual, but we promise it's filled with good news. So a whole new year of free content is coming, of course. So as announced last month, a second year of content is in the making with both free and DLC content. This second year means a new season pass too. Now, this new season pass will grant players access to the new DLC content. Overall, it will work the same way as year 1 did. Let's see what's going to be free. So yeah, we're getting that new PvP map. Let's begin with that PvP map set in Albrax. It's a mix of close quarters and long hallways. This 5th map will be available for every PvP game mode. And yeah, looks pretty cool right there. And it says development is still very much ongoing, so we might see some changes around the final version. Now, new game mode, Hellbrute Onslaught. This is for PvP. The new game mode will be introduced with patch 10.0 and will coincide with the release of the new PvP game mode, Hellbrute Onslaught. Now, 2 teams of Chaos Marines will fight to control strategic areas, but also to take control of the Hellbrute. The first team to take control of an objective gets to control the Hellbrute until the opposite team takes it down. One player gets to control the Hellbrute at a time, and this player will be picked randomly among players who participated in securing the control point. To have the Hellbrute on their side, the team that failed to secure the first control point will need to slay the Hellbrute before securing a new designated control point. Controlling the Hellbrute grants the team a strong advantage, but killing it will also reward points to the opposite team. This actually sounds like it could be quite fun. Now, the Hellbrute uses a Hellbrute Thunder Hammer in melee and a Plasma Cannon in range. So it sounds like he's going to be a lot of fun to control. So I think this might actually be a legit reason to finally hop back into PvP and check it out for sure. But I know what you guys are here for, and that's like the PvE content. Most of you are curious about that. So let's get into like the new weapon. So we have the Pyre Cannon has been confirmed, of course. New weapons will also be added. Last month, we revealed the Power Axe. This month, we're happy to show you the Pyre Cannon. This weapon is ideal to dispatch the hordes. And here's a more zoomed in look of the Pyre Cannon in action. Looks pretty badass. Going to be extremely useful in that siege mode. And it looks like this is going to be a heavy weapon, by the way. So that for those of you that love the heavy or want a chance to really try out the heavy in a new way, yeah, this is going to be cool. And we also got to talk about, yes, the new Majoris enemy for Chaos. So we have a new Majoris enemy. We'll also reinforce the Chaos forces, the Chaos spawn. Now, this abomination has 3 different variations, each with their own moveset and abilities. Take a look at one of them. So this is just actually one variation of him. And I got to say, this looks cool. This thing looks absolutely menacing. So I actually can't wait to face off against the Chaos now. Now, what about this new game mode and modifiers? So finally, a new variation will be added to PvE to bring replayability to the game. Some of you might remember when the 4.0 update brought a modifier that forced team members to stay close to each other to get their shield back. This was definitely not popular. Following your feedback, we decided to remove this feature to rework it and bring it back later, integrated into a new game mode along with new gameplay modifiers each week. We'll see how the community receives this one. Now, it says this new game mode will come with patch 10.0. The specific modifier mentioned above will be implemented later, though. New free cosmetics and exotic weapons will also be granted for the completion of this new challenge. Stay tuned. We'll reveal more on that later. And they did say plural here. So that is very, very cool. So, okay, new cosmetics and exotic weapons to look forward to at the very least. All right, I'm down for that. And yes, of course, the new Year 2 Season Pass is on its way. So without spoiling too much, we can already tease you about a few things. So first of all, the Black Templar champion will be the first champion of the Year 2 Season Pass, coming with patch 10.0. I know a lot of you guys will be celebrating about this one. It will be associated with the Bulwark class. Sound off if you're happy about that or not. Now, there will be brand new chapters as well as returning chapters. And last but not least, the second season pass is coming with patch 10.0 and will be available for purchase in September. So it's not going to be too long of a wait here. So yeah, it seems like September is really going to be the jumping off point for Year 2 and that Year 2 season pass. So that is going to be really, really cool. I do wish there was a little bit more going on in August, but they did warn us several times, don't expect a bunch of stuff in August. But anyway, you know, we did get patch 9.0, of course, more recently, some changes to, you know, assault, which were really cool, but also some changes to melee weapons, which, by the way, a lot of you guys were not very happy with some of these changes. And they did have some notes here about patch 9.0 right here. It says, of course, that was rolled out a few days ago. We saw your feedback on blocking weapons being too slow now. The goal of the patch was to establish an even build for all the weapon variants and simplify weapon progression rules with almost 100 different weapon variants seeing changes. We will continue to work with your feedback and make necessary adjustments. They don't go on to say what those adjustments are, but I am hoping that they speed back up some of these weapons, because there were a lot of complaints about, man, it just feels too slow now, too sluggish. You need speed in siege mode, especially at the later waves, and people feel like the game has been nerfed overall when it comes to many of the melee weapons. And then I have seen some people saying that they are enjoying some of these changes, especially with the power sword. But then again, I think that a lot of us, but then again, from what I'm seeing overall, a lot of disappointment with many of these changes regarding melee weapons the more you get into it. Now, is there anything else that you guys want to see? Because they did do other updates to weapons in that 9.0 quality of life update, as you can see right here. They basically touched every single weapon, and for the most part, it was a buff overall. And there were some pretty damn cool changes with assault. Assault's feeling pretty good, but it was kind of like the wrong type of changes. You guys want to see an update to the jump pack, you know, for it to perform better, for it to perform kind of similar to what we have in the campaign. And, you know, they have stated previously that's definitely not in their plans, that they don't plan on matching the power of the jump pack from the campaign. But still crossing my fingers that we do have some sort of update here regarding the jump pack in the future. And still, there's these complaints about connectivity issues, matchmaking. How is everything running for you guys since the quality of life update? There should have been improvements, but we do have another note from the dev team regarding that. They say this also: we wish to acknowledge the persistent connectivity issues. While this patch won't fully solve them, please know that we're actively investigating the root causes and continue to work towards a long-term solution. And it just seems like it's becoming a redundant answer at this point, and I think we just want this solved once and for all. Now, they wrap up thanking everyone for the love and support, and unwavering support, as they say. But yeah, you know, overall, I am excited to see what Year 2 brings, especially in terms of, again, the new operations that are coming up here. I am crossing my fingers also that we do hear about some sort of new siege map. That would be ideal to get something new in rotation there. Perhaps something that is Tyranid specific. Will that happen? You know, it seems like they're interested in having it where you can rotate between Tyranids and Chaos on one siege experience. So I don't know, we'll see. And they are introducing new Chaos type enemies, which I do have to say, at the very least, look interesting and cool. I feel like they're trying to bring in variants that kind of mirror what's going on with the Tyranids. So hopefully, after year 2 is all said and done, that we do have a chaos enemy experience that we really, really do like. All right, so you guys know what time it is. It is time to go over your top comments. As always, leave a comment down below. It can end up right here in a future video. So I say we get into this, starting from the first comment right here. We have community assault ability is too restrictive, both in usability and movement. The devs, we heard you. The damage of the assault will be buffed. So once again, you guys are feeling like that's just the wrong approach. We didn't exactly need that. We needed adjustments to that jump pack, to maneuverability. And we also have, maybe I'm just an old man yelling at the clouds because I don't see anyone else complaining about this. But my problem with the assault isn't his buffs or weapons, but how the jump pack actually works. It should work just like how it does in PvP. You could barely get up in the air with the jump pack, and it feels incredibly weak and annoying. The majority of you guys absolutely 100% agree about this one. And we had this like really cool, wholesome comment come in from someone that isn't exactly into Space Marine 2. They just stumbled upon my video because of the algorithm. So check it out right here. I never played this game, don't plan on it, but the algorithm brought me here, and I'm excited for those of you who want the buffs. Enjoy your game. This got a ton of responses. I told him thanks for dropping by, and we have you're a good dude. Thank you. I do hope you choose to get it when it goes on sale. Would love to purge with you, brother. Try it, bro. This was my first game of the series, and from now on I will play every game of the franchise. Good lore, good gameplay. So why is the point of being here? Too many people live life on the internet. Okay, join us, brother. It's peak. You're a solid human worthy of the Emperor's love. So yeah, I'd love to see the camaraderie. And yeah, if you are just stumbling into the videos and you haven't jumped into Space Marine 2, I have to say this community is one of a kind. When I jump into like PVE, I find so many battle brothers that support one another. It is just a refreshing game, and that's one of the reasons why I'm all for PVE gameplay. I love it so much. Then we have this right here. I want a fix so you can equip different cloaks on sniper class without all the major clipping with the soldiers. That is such a pain in the ass, and I hate when games have clipping. I just cannot stand it. There's something about it that bothers the hell out of me. So yeah, that definitely needs to be adjusted. Now, we have a huge quality of life change that wasn't mentioned in the patch notes is when you play as heavy, you can now turn off the Iron Halo while performing executions. Pre-patch, you had to turn off your Iron Halo before you execute, or else you'll waste all of its energy while stuck in an animation. Nice. So that is very cool. Don't know why that wasn't mentioned in the patch notes. Very, very cool change right there. All right, so yeah, there it is. The latest happenings around Space Marine 2. We will see what else year 2 brings. This was definitely by far just only a tease. We don't have the full roadmap yet. So hopefully we get that full roadmap. I'm crossing my fingers in the September community update. But again, I'll keep you guys in the know. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned here for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.